how our ancestors are not demons. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. As well, we have a glorified body, which would be our ancestors in the glorified body.
Just like magic, I'm attracted. I get everything I want 'cause I attract.
So in another episode of Spiritual Narcissism and Even Ignorance, all right, we have a comment here, and basically it's quoting a scripture that I have went over so many times, especially in my latest book, The Bible's Hidden Divination and Magic. But anyways, I have videos, tons of videos in this regards to this topic. So in Leviticus 26, so first of all, Leviticus is a book dedicated to the Levitical priests. So it's not necessarily applicable to all of the children of Israel, but even still and yet, when it comes to divination, and witchcraft or magic, in this text is referring to 𝒕𝒉𝒂𝒕 and Yid'oni, and these are Hebrew words, and these are related to mediums and necromancers that required a child sacrifice unto the god Moloch. So that is pertaining to that specific scripture, and as well with Leviticus 19:31 with familiar spirits. So those familiar spirits are Shadim, and Shadim are demons. So familiar spirits, not all spirits are Shadim, the demons. You know, our ancestors, and I have done a video about ancestors and how our ancestors are not demons. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. But as well, we have a glorified body, which would be our ancestors in the glorified body. The ones that have passed on from here, they're in the glorified body, our ancestors. Just a little side note. And another thing that people like to talk about is New Age practices. New Age practices is nothing but ancient information repackaged for the new market, which would be our current day now. So tarot cards, divination, all of this is under the category of all forms of divination, and divination is something that is widely practiced throughout the Bible, and you can learn about like 100 forms of divination, of instances of divination being practiced by the high priests, the prophets, the apostles in my latest book. Person continues on with talking about unclean spirits, and talking about deceased family members and all of that. I've already addressed so many of these topics, and my main agenda is to disarm and deconstruct these lies that have been projected onto the general populace, in the misinterpretation and disregarded information. Going back to the original text, it's always to go back to original text, always to do your research before making comments like this, because it's comments like this that are damaging to people and their spiritual practices, their connection, and it's the ignorance, okay, and the force of the ignorance to demonize other people in their practices. This is a form of divide and conquer, and removing people from their strength and their power to disarm them, so that the church, in their agenda, and the ones that fund the church, their agenda to divide and take over. But I am here, and many of us are here to take down these fallacies, to take down these lies. And so hopefully that you found this helpful. But if you are still stuck in your mindset and you feel challenged and intimidated or threatened or triggered in some regards, then I suggest you to go pray about it. And actually, you can look at the description box, because I will have some written content there that will really help, because that's my real agenda, is to help, not to try to point the finger and demonize and use my stance to belittle people. Okay, so you have a blessed one.